Hello students, myself Amrita Roy. Today we are going to study the remaining part of two-port network. In the previous presentation of two-port network, we have discussed regarding what is two-port network, the various parameters, that is Z, Y and ABCD parameters, and the importance of two-port network. So let us go through the contents. What we are going to study today, we are going to study about the interrelationships between Z in terms of Y and ABCD parameters, Y in terms of Z and ABCD parameters, and ABCD in terms of Z and Y parameters. And then lastly, we are going to see some solved numericals. So first one is the interrelationship between Z in terms of Y parameters. For easy understanding, I have divided the conversion in 3 steps. So in the first step, we are going to write down the equation, that is Z equals to Y inverse. In next step, that is in step 2, we are going to write down the Z parameters in form of 2 cross 2 matrix, and we are going to write down the Y parameters also in form of 2 cross 2 matrix. And in the last step, that is in step 3, we are going to write down the Z parameters by calculating the Y parameters, that is Z11 will be equal to Y22 divided by delta Y. What is delta Y? Delta Y is given in the right hand side and it is written that it will give us the determinant of the matrix, that is Y. So Y11, Y12, Y21, Y22 are the parameters of Y matrix, and if we calculate the determinant, that is by cross multiplying the diagonal parameters of Y, Y11 into Y22 minus Y12 into Y21, we will get the determinant value of Y matrix. So for calculating the Z parameters in terms of Y parameters, so we will find out the determinant of Y, and so by calculating the determinant, we are going to put each one of the determinant value of Y in the denominator. So the Z parameters will be Z11 will be equals to Y22 divided by delta Y, Z12 will be equal to minus Y12 divided by delta Y, Z21 will be equal to minus Y21 divided by delta Y, and Z22 will be equal to Y11 divided by delta Y. Next one is the interrelationship between Z in terms of ABCD parameters. So in step 1, we are going to write down the ABCD equations. V1 will be equal to A V2 minus B into I2, and I1 will be equal to C V2 minus D I2. We will rewrite the ABCD equations in the form required for Z parameters in step 2. So we know that I1 equals to C V2 minus D I2. Now, in terms of V2, we can write it as 1 by C into I1 plus D by C into I2. Similarly, V1 equals to A V2 minus B I2. So, we can write it as I1 by C into I1 plus D by C into I2 into A minus B I2. That is, we are substituting the value of V2 in V1 equation. So if we substitute the value of V2 in V1 equation, then we can get V1 in terms of A, B, C and D. So the equation formed will be V1 equal to A by C into I1 plus AD minus BC by C into I2. Now if we compare it with the Z parameters, that is in the last step, if we compare it with the Z parameters, we will get V1 equals to Z11 I1 plus Z12 into I2, V2 equals to Z21 into I1 plus Z22 into I2. So Z11 will be replaced by A by C, Z12 will be replaced by AD minus BC by C, Z21 by 1 by C and Z22 by D by C. Next is the interrelationship between Y in terms of Z parameters. So in step 1, we will write I equals to Y into V. Now we know that V is equals to Z into I. So we are going to substitute the value of V in terms of Z and Y. So we will get I equals to Y into Z into I. In step 2, we will write Y equals to Z inverse. and then in the y matrix we are going to put down the values of y parameters as y11, y12, y21, y22, and in the z matrix we will write down the z parameters as z11, z12, z21 and z22. In step 3 we are going to find out the determinant of z matrix by the same process as we have calculated in the previous y parameter. So z delta z will give us z11 into z22 minus z12 into z21. So y11 will be equal to z22 divided by delta z, y12 will be equal to minus z12 divided by delta z, y21 will be equal to minus z21 divided by delta z, and y22 will be equal to z11 divided by delta z. Next is the interrelationship between y in terms of ABCD parameters. So in the first step we are going to write down the equation as v1 equal to a v2 minus bi2. In step 2 we will write I2 equals to minus 1 by b into v1 plus a by b into v2, and we know that I1 equals to cv2 minus di2. So by substituting the value of I2 in I1 we will get cv2 minus d into minus 1 by b into v1 plus a by b into v2. So by rearranging the equation we will get d by b into v1 minus ad minus bc by b into v2. In the last step, that is in step 3, we will get y11 equals to d by b, y12 equals to minus ad minus bc by b, y21 equals to minus 1 by b, and y22 equals to a by b. Next is the interrelationship between ABCD in terms of z parameters. So in step 1, we are going to write down the z parameter equation v1 equals to z11 into I1 plus z12 into I2, and v2 equals to z21 into I1 plus z22 into I2. We will rewrite the z parameter equations in the form required for ABCD parameters, that is v2 equals to z21 into I1 plus z22 into I2. Now by rearranging it in I1 format, that is I1 will be equal to 1 by z21 into v2 minus z22 by z21 into I2. Similarly for v1 we know that z11 into I1 plus zi2 into I2. So now if we substitute the value of I1 in v1, that is it will give us z11 into 1 by z21 into v2 minus z22 by z21 into I2 plus z12 into I2. So we will get the equation of v1 as z11 by z21 into v2 minus z22 into z11 minus z12 into z21 divided by z21 into I2. So if we compare it with the ABCD parameters, we will get a equals to z11 divided by z21, b equals to delta z divided by z21, c equals to 1 by z21, and d equals to z22 divided by z21. Next is the interrelationship between ABCD in terms of y parameters. So we will write down the y parameter equations as I2 equals to y21 into v1 plus y22 into v2, giving v1 equals to minus y22 divided by y21 into v2 plus minus 1 by y21 into minus I by 2. So v1 will be equal to minus y22 divided by y21 into v2 minus of minus 1 by 21 into I2. So I1 will be written as y11 into v1 plus y12 into v2. Similarly, by substituting the value of v1 we will get y11 into minus y22 divided by y21 into v2 plus 1 divided by y21 into I2 plus y12 into v2. So by doing the LCM we will get minus y11 into y22 minus y12 into y21 divided by y21 into v2 plus in the equation we will write y minus y11 divided by y21 into minus of I2. So in the by rearranging the format we will get the last step as minus y11 into y22 minus y12 into y21 divided by y21 whole multiplied by v2 minus within brackets minus of y11 divided by y21 into I2. So in the last step we will get A equals to minus y22 divided by y21 and B equals to minus 1 by y21. C equals to minus y11 into y22 minus y12 into y21 divided by y21 and D equals to minus y11 divided by y21. So here we will get the ABCD parameters easily. So now we are going to solve some numericals. So let us see the first numerical. The first question is find the Z parameters of the network shown in figure. So in the figure we can see that there are three resistances as three impedances given 5 kilo ohm, 3 kilo ohm and 12 kilo ohm. The supplied voltage is V1 and then on the other end it is V2. So how we are going to solve that? The solution is very simple. We are going to consider the KVL for the loops ABCD and CDEF. So by applying KVL we will write the equation as V1 equals to, we will put down the value of the first impedance as 5 into 10 cube I1 plus 12 into 10 cube into I1 plus I2. Our V1 will be equal to 17 into 10 cube I1 plus 12 into 10 cube into I2. And for V2 we will write the equation by substituting the value of the impedances as 3 into 10 cube into I2 plus 12 into 10 cube into I1 plus I2. Similarly V2 equals to 12 into 10 cube into I1 plus 15 into 10 cube into I2. Now comparing these two equations with Z parameter equation, we will calculate the value of Z parameters. So Z11 we will get as 17 into 10 cube ohm, Z12 we will get 12 into 10 cube ohm, Z21 we will get 12 into 10 cube ohm and Z22 we will get 15 into 10 cube ohm. Next question is to find out the Y parameter of the network shown in figure. So in the figure we can see that there are three impedances and on both sides of the network the voltages are V1 and V2. So first we are going to convert the arm impedances given in the network to admittance as we need to find out the Y parameters. So if we convert it into admittance, let's see how we are representing it in each branch. In the AB terminal we are representing the admittance as YA, in CD as YC and in AC as YB. The solution is very simple. We know the relationship between impedance and admittance is reciprocal. So Y is equals to 1 by Z. So similarly for YA we were going to find out the admittance by dividing the value with 1, that is 1 by 5 kilo ohm, which will give 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 3 mho. Similarly for YB 1 by 1 kilo ohm will give us 10 to the power minus 3 mho. And for YC equals to 1 by 2 kilo ohm equals to 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 mho. So the Y parameters are Y11 equals to YA plus YB, that is 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 3 mho, Y12 equals to minus 10 to the power minus 3 mho and Y21 equals to 10 to the power minus 3 mho and Y22 will be equals to YB plus YC, giving us the value of 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 mho. The last question is regarding the T parameters. So how to obtain the T parameters of the network shown in figure. So in the figure we can see there are 4 impedances and the terminal voltages are V1 and V2. So let us see the solution. So in the first step we are going to keep the terminals CD open circuit and then apply voltage at the input port. So when we apply KVL, the mesh equation formed will be V1 equals to I1 into 1 plus I1 minus I3 into 2, giving V1 equals to 3I1 minus 2I3. Now in the second mesh it will give 0 equals to I3 minus I1 into 2 plus I3 into 1 plus 1 equals to 4i3 minus 2i1. Now in this equation y we have added the two impedances 1 and 1, because as mentioned that first we are going to keep the terminals C and D open circuited, so we can consider that the two 1 ohm impedances are in series. So no current will flow through the terminal C and D, so it's completely open circuit. So now we can consider the impedances 1 and 1 are in series. So from here we can get the value of I3 as I3 equal to 1 by 2 into I1. Now we will utilize 2 in equation 1. So we will write the equation as V1 equals to 3y1 minus 2 into, by substituting the value of I3 we will get 2 into half of I1, that is 2I1. Again V2 will be equal to I3 into 1, that is half of I1. So I1 by V2 when I2 equals to 0 will give us 2 more, that is the parameter C. Similarly, dividing equation 3 by equation 4 will give V1 by V2 when I2 equals to 0 equals to 4, that is we will get parameter A. In the next step we are going to apply short circuit across the output port CD. So now at the input port AB same voltage is applied. So when the output port is short circuited, the current flowing through 1 ohm resistance will not flow through the resistance kept in parallel to 2 ohm. That is, it will follow the least short circuit, that is it will follow the least resistive path. So we will redraw the diagram and we will draw the equivalent circuit as a 1 ohm impedance connected in parallel with 2 ohm, and then again in parallel with a 1 ohm resistor, and then connected to the terminal CD. So now applying KVL in the loops, the loop equation will give us V1 equals to I1 plus I2 into 2, that is 3I1 plus 2I2, and I3 minus I1 into 2 plus I3 equals to 0. Now we will substitute I3 equals to minus I2, so minus I1 plus I2 into 2 minus I2 equals to 0. As mentioned that the output port CD is short circuited, so it will follow the least resistive path, that is I3 will follow the least resistive path, so we will write I3 as minus I2. So now rearranging the equation we will get 2I1 plus 3I2 equals to 0. So I1 equals to minus 3 by 2 into I2. Now utilizing this equation in 5, we will get V1 equals to minus 9 by 2 into I2 plus 2I2 equals to minus 5 by 2 into I2. So V1 divided by minus I2 will give us 5 by 2 ohm, that is the parameter B, and from equation 6 we will get I1 divided by minus I2, that is 3 by 2, that is the parameter D. So hence the transmission parameters will be 4, that is A will be 4, B will be 5 by 2, C will be 2, and D will be 3 by 2. Now if we multiply A and D and B and C and subtract AD minus BC, we are getting the value as 1. So the circuit is reciprocal, but A is not equal to D, as we can see the diagonal elements A and D don't have the same value. So the circuit is not symmetrical, but the circuit is reciprocal. So we have finally completed the two-port network. Thank you.